All right, so once again, I'm live with Chak. Yo, what's up, man?
Peace, peace. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you loud and clear, brother.
Oh, okay, yeah. What's up with it?
Um, Not much, man. Just looking at some things, and I say, you know what, man? Time to break the things down.
Hmm. Okay.
So here we go. DailyMail.com, USA. Y'all were talking about layoffs and all that stuff, stock market. Well, here you go. Iconic American automaker lays off thousands of workers in the Midwest as it ditches its last classic truck. Stenales will lay off up to 2,450 U.S. factory workers later this year. As the company said, the layoff will focus on the new generation Ram 1500, which was introduced in 2018 and made their nearby plant. All right. So, main plant, which employs currently around 3,700 people, may end up being lower in numbers. Some workers may be given positions, other jobs at other plants. The company owns household names including Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Fiat, and Peugeot. And they are represented by the United Auto Workers Union. Union members who are laid off will receive 52 weeks of supplemental unemployment benefits paid by the company, 52 weeks of transition assistance. They will receive 2 years of health care coverage after new labor deals with Stenales. They say trying to cut costs. CEO Carlos Terrors. His Dare Forward 2030 plan aims to increase profits and double revenue $325 billion by 2030. Agenda 2030. Pay attention. All right, Shaq. What do you think about that, man? Hmm? What do you think about that, Shaq?
Yep, that's how it go.
Well,
Can
I
you hear
mean,
me?
don't you think it should be talked about more?
I mean, what you gonna
I
say?
hear you.
Huh?
I mean, you got to say something. I mean, people getting laid off, man.
That's part of business, baby. Unfortunately, what they gonna say? What they gonna do? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Of layoffs is part of
Yes.
business. They gonna protest and do what? They gonna hire 'em? Did they say why they was laying them off? Because they said they was getting rid of the Ram division.
Mm. I'm gonna bring something up to you. This one even in my um, topics, but I want you to show this. I got to show two corresponding articles, man.
Is that cinnamon or nutmeg? That
I
might be
want you to see
nutmeg
this. I
that's
think
in
this
there.
happened.
Yeah.
I think this happened in Atlanta.
What is it?
I think this happened in Atlanta, man. I want you to hear
All
this.
right.
It's our beauty store at that.
Nice.
Instead, law enforcement swarmed the area and put an end to that. Fox 5's Rob.
In Clayton County earlier today, hundreds to a beauty supply store that deputies had just evicted, hoping to get some free merchandise.
Instead, law enforcement swarmed the area and put an end to that. Fox 5's Rob Durienzo was live tonight at that shopping plaza. And Rob, you spoke with Sheriff LaVon Allen.
I did. That's exactly right. Good evening to you both. We'll show you what he said in just a moment. But the people I spoke with said they didn't come here to steal anything. They thought this mountain of merchandise sitting in front of this beauty store behind me was fair game. And then, as time went on, hundreds of people showed up.
First it was calm, and then I guess everybody made a phone call and it got a little out of control, a little like Freaknik 96.
Soon after, Clayton County deputies evicted this beauty supply store off terrible, hoping to snatch up. Instead, Clayton County Police, sheriff's deputies, and Riverdale Police created a perimeter around the merch. Then incarcerated workers to clean it all up.
When citizens are evicted, things are up for grabs. So we're assuming that the things are up for grabs.
And a lot of people we spoke with say that was their impression showing up here too.
And as somebody who is in the beauty industry, it definitely would have been helpful.
Kids could use the supplies for hair, it's book bags in there, it's shoes in there, because the hair store sells all kind of things.
Georgia law says once a judge issues what's called a writ of possession in eviction cases, deputies can go in and toss out the tenant's belongings. Once it's in the street, those belongings are generally considered abandoned.
People get evicted on the street. They're not like this. They don't make sure people's stuff don't get touched when we get evicted.
Fox 5's I-Team found a judge granted a writ of possession to the store's landlord 2 weeks ago, which deputies served this past Friday. So I asked Sheriff LaVon Allen why he doesn't consider this property abandoned. And they could do a lot of good with it versus it just going to sit in a dump somewhere. Whose property is it now? And if you couldn't hear too well at the end, it was a little difficult to listen to. Sheriff Allen said essentially that this was the store's property. But meanwhile, these people here really, they had a different understanding of this all. And again, our reading of the state law was that this was essentially abandoned property. Russ?
Well, obviously the property has value, but it certainly looked like it had been thrown out like trash. Rob, do we know where those trucks ended up? Where'd they take all that merchandise?
And Russ, that's a question a lot of people even still have been coming by and asking, where did they put all of this stuff? I want to show you a video that Lovejoy Police posted a little while ago. They say these are these products in the landfill. They say all of those items are being destroyed, telling people not to show up at that landfill, adding they will be monitoring the area. Russ, back to you.
So basically, the store closed. People tried to pick up the wigs, all type of merchandise, and they said, no, you can't have it. And they got people to clean it up. Crazy shit. What do you think about that, Shaq? All right, plane crashes in Brazil.
Do you want to see how much money you're eligible for? If you want a car crash, in the that was.
What do you think about that thing that happened at the store? where they told them that you can't pick up this property even though it's laying out on the street.
Oh, you talking about when they evicted at the beauty supply place spot?
Yeah. What do you think, man?
Where was this at?
I think it's Atlanta.
Oh, Atlanta, huh? I don't know, man. I got mixed reviews on that. I got a mix, on that. Because I'm like, who actually does it belong to? I mean, if they're gonna just trash the shit and throw it in the trash, I mean, why not let the people get it? But then again, at the same time, if the people get it and the public get it and they use some of the products and some people get fucked up with some of those products, I mean, how they go. A motherfucking lawsuit, then somebody gonna be trying to sue somebody. So I'm kind of mixed. I got mixed reviews on it. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm gonna play this video right here.
What you think about it? What you think about it? What's your response on it?
I say she crazy as hell.
What you mean?
I mean, I'll show you how bad people want them hand wigs and shit. That's what telling me. I mean, I would think they had some food or something.
I mean, the average person, everything free, or they seem to be free, definitely gonna try to come get it, you know what I'm saying? But,
Yeah, I ain't gonna tell you a lie. When she said they had book bags out there, I'm like, okay, that might have been all right. But we don't need these hair wigs and all this shit, man. They need to put that shit down anyway. Maybe the people
I mean, they ought to be tired of wearing wigs at this point. I'm just being honest. I know it's an easy, swap, sometimes not. Depends on which, but God, I mean, damn.
Yep.
I'm bringing. No, I'm about to say something.
Yep. But yeah, but let me play the video. You sent me this one. Well, you told me about it, actually. I ain't know about it. I'm gonna
We are continuing to follow breaking news out of southern Brazil, where a plane carrying 62 people has crashed. We're going to show you some new video into our newsroom, a warning some may find it hard to watch. So what you're seeing here is video of the plane during the descent. You can see it sort of spiraling and spinning in the air there before there's a plume of smoke in some of these videos. Here's another look at it. Here's what we know at this hour. The aircraft went down in a residential area in the city of Venado. The airline says of the 62 people, 58 are passengers, 4 are crew members. Still not clear what caused the plane to crash or whether anyone survived. Here's what we know about the flight. It took off from Cascavel Airport in the southwestern part of the country. It's a regional airport. It was headed for the Sao Paulo Guarulhos Airport, which is the busiest airport in the country and not far from Venado. Here's more video into the newsroom showing what looks to be a fire truck and an ambulance, some emergency responders here in Venado. At an event today, the Brazilian president asked the crowd to observe a moment of silence, saying that it appeared all passengers and crew aboard had died. I want to go to CBS News aviation safety analyst and former NTSB chair, Robert Sumwalt, here with us now. Robert, you've seen some of the videos that we've been showing as well. What do you make of them? What can you deduce from them?
Certainly what this looks like is the airplane had an aerodynamic stall. And what that means is simply the airflow across the wings was no longer sufficient to keep the airplane flying. And after the stall, it goes into what we would call an aerodynamic spin.
So essentially, excuse the language, but essentially it's just falling out of the sky?
Well, really, that's the truth. The airplane no longer has sufficient airflow, and so the airplane is no longer aerodynamically flying.
From the information that I've been able to find from the website FlightAware, it's a flight tracking service. This is, again, we can tell it was coming from a regional airport to this busy international airport in Sao Paulo. This was a twin turbo prop plane. What can you tell us about the type of aircraft here? It looks like it was an ATR-72.
That's right. The ATR-72 is manufactured in France. It has historically had a good safety record. 30 years ago, it did have an icing related accident in outside of Chicago in Illinois. And so Indiana, actually. So it generally has a good safety record. They made improvements after that crash in Indiana.
Now, we know that the president has said it appears that there are no survivors. Have you ever seen a situation like this in which we see that video of the spin, the loss of aerodynamics, and then we see the subsequent crash and plume of smoke, that a descent like this could lend to any survivors?
Yeah, I'm really sorry to say I don't see how this could be a survivable crash at all. If the crash itself were not a fatal jolt, the post-crash fire would be unfortunately fatal.
We know this is a residential area. We're seeing homes in the video that we're showing right now, so we're working to gather more information as well on what, if any, effects there are on the ground. How does an investigation into something like this begin?
Well, this will be an international investigation. As you know, the plane crashed in Brazil. So the Brazilian authorities, SANIPA as they are known, they're the Air Crash Investigation Authority of Brazil. They will lead the investigation. The airplane, as I mentioned, is manufactured in France. So the French authorities will be involved. The engines are manufactured in Canada. So the Canadian authorities will be involved also.
Okay, we're continuing to gather more information on this breaking news. A plane carrying 62 people crashes in a residential area not far from its destination airport. You see there on the map. Robert Sumwalt, thank you for joining us. We appreciate your expertise.
If you're not...
Very interesting. How you doing, Bishop? Let's see. This is a very interesting story. They say no survivors, huh? I'm gonna show you something else here. Because this happened too.
Let's turn now to that breaking news at Charlotte Douglas Airport. While you were sleeping, a Delta Airlines flight went off the runway after landing and got stuck in the mud.
And we are now learning that plane was carrying players from the Carolina Panthers. WCNC Charlotte, Richard DeVay now live at the airport with the latest. Richard?
Yeah, good morning to you. Good Friday morning, everyone. The most important thing is to say that everybody is okay. I'm standing here at Wilson Air. This is the charter portion of Wilson Air, where the Panthers players all gathered before they went off to take their preseason game with the New England Patriots. When they returned, they had a bumpy landing. Now, let's take a look at some video. Their flight, which is Delta Flight 8860, was landing. It actually landed, and it went off the taxiway into some mud, and that's when you see all those emergency vehicles around the plane. No one injured, according to Delta. Those players, the team members of the Panthers, were able to then get on charter buses to come back over here to Wilson Air. Now, these charter buses dropped the players off. We did speak with several off camera a couple of them told me they were asleep when it happened. But basically, Delta did issue a statement saying in part that the taxiway of Charlotte Douglas International, that plane went off. There were 188 customers who are departing and being bused to the terminal. And of course, they apologized to their customers for the inconvenience. Now, it's important to note that the taxiway is a part of the airport. It's after the plane lands the runway and before it gets to the gate. We can tell you as we come back here, we saw all those players and team members getting off, getting into their cars. Some of them did get on another charter bus that took them back to the airport. Right now, we're continuing to follow this. As we get more information, we'll give it to you. But the good news this morning is that those Carolina Panther players who had played that game in New England had a bumpy landing. Their plane their plane landing gear getting stuck in mud, but they're all safe.
So, Shaq, you had that plane in Brazil. You had this one happen with the Carolina Panthers football team. Something's going on fishy here. Ain't no coincidence, brother. Yesterday was 88. The other plane was 88.
With the one that crashed in Brazil?
No, the Delta plane right there was 888 is the start date. Just remember that in gematria. So, but that's one of the things with the Olympics too. But yes, in Brazil, got to find out more information. I'm pretty sure they're gonna be caught with the story. That was a big thing. We need to find out who was on that plane, any heads of state or anything was on that plane, because a lot of times when these things happen, heads of state are important people who are having problems with the U.S. government and governments around the world, NATO and so forth, get killed in these plane crashes. Just pay attention to that. So you got to find out who's on the plane. But I'm gonna play. I gotta play a video on my phone, but I want you. This is something that you might have to do one day, Shaq. I'm not sure.
I am proud to have Tim Waltz as my running mate, and today I'm asking you to please pitch in $5.
But first, a Pix 11 exclusive. An Uber ride in Manhattan taking a terrifying turn for the driver. A passenger right there is suddenly pepper spraying him. The attack caught on camera.
Yeah, this video is difficult to watch tonight. The victim is speaking out only to Pix 11, and he believes that this was racially motivated, but the woman is denying it. So what are police saying? Our Anthony DiLorenzo has the exclusive story.
We obtained and reviewed 3 minutes of dash camera video from a 10-minute Uber ride that the driver says was otherwise unremarkable until it wasn't. It's Wednesday night, nearing 11:30 on the Upper East Side. Uber driver Shohel Mahmoud is on the phone. All his passengers, Jennifer Gilbo and a friend, are quietly sitting in the back. Then suddenly, 90 seconds into this dash camera video, what? Police say unprovoked, the 23-year-old attacks Mahmoud and pepper sprays him in the face.
Jen! What the
Only mumbling,
What did you do? Get him out. Get him out. Get him out.
In my whole face, it's like burning near the last 2 hours. I thought they're gonna be trying to hijack my car.
We spoke exclusively with that driver back to work Friday night.
Her and like the people like her, this is not right way to treat people.
NYPD officers arrested Gilbo on the scene and charged her with assault.
Why do you do that?
While neither the department or the DA are currently charging this as a bias attack, the Bangladeshi father of 3 believes it is because of his skin color.
What I figured out, finally see that video, is for my body color.
In a statement, the taxi workers union told us, quote, "This is such a gross, racist, violent attack. The DA needs to prosecute using both anti-hate crime and taxi driver protection laws." Uber, meantime, told Pix 11 News the young woman has been banned from the app, saying the rider's actions shown in the video are deplorable. Violence is not tolerated. When we reached out to Gilbo for comment, her family denied it being a hate crime, but had no other explanation. The district attorney's office says that young woman is due in court for an arraignment on that misdemeanor assault charge later this month.
All right.
Now it's kind of funny. It's kind of strange that they would like to get a hate crime put on this foot, but they ain't nobody talking about a hate crime and the fucking goddamn cop up in Chicago shooting a woman of religious, a goddamn hate crime. What's going on? That's somebody got murdered.
Hey, look.
You talking about this nigga got sprayed with goddamn pepper spray.
Hold on for a minute. Let me, Frank, I'm gonna let you go in a minute. Let me say this. I will say, Shaq, you roll Uber, I don't roll Uber, and whatever. I ain't never drive Uber. That would be a kind of crazy experience for somebody to never they only showed you the dance cam what she did. You don't know really what happened. I'm gonna just say this.
Yeah, you don't know what he said. You don't know what plant. You don't know what he said.
But for the optics, if you look bad, I'm gonna say this. But anybody die? I mean, getting pepper spray do suck. Because I had to run through it when I was training one time and gas bomb and all that, with the O spray or whatever. But what I'm saying, I mean, hate crime. I mean, I just say assault, man, and keep it moving.
But you see the narrative that they try to push, bro. The hate crime, bro.
Hey, man.
All this racial. It's a hate crime. Oh, cause I got my skin color. See, they try to come over here and play this game over in America, bro.
Was it a Jewish motherfucker? Was he Jew or something?
No, he's Bangladesh, man.
What's that got to do with Bangladesh? So, because it's Palestine shit. I mean, it's Iran shit's going on. I get it. I see what they're doing. Makes sense.
Yeah, you see the game running, bro.
Okay, so why are we back in Israel then? As all this is, then you're gonna give them hate crime for when people fuck with them in this country, but then we back in Israel.
Hey, Chak,
Makes
that
sense.
ain't how you want to get your Uber ride, though. I can tell you that, but still,
You said what now?
that ain't how you want to end your Uber ride.
Nah, you're right. I mean,
the motherfuckers are scandalous. Yeah, but see, they do that with a lot of videos and shit. You know what I'm saying? They'll show you the edit. They'll show you some of the shit, not the full. You know, but whatever. But they do that to whatever narrative that they want it to fit. That's how that works.
Who running for office? Kamala Harris?
They said the husband. They said Imhoff, the Creed guy. They said that he was messing with the nanny. He pulled an Arnold Schwarzenegger, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't get her pregnant though. But, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, man. I mean, hey, it is what it is, bro.
How long they been married?
Since 2014, I believe.
Since 2014.
Oh, matter of fact, thanks for reminding me. 2014. This is the anniversary of Mike Brown. In Ferguson, so I can't forget that. Yeah, 10 years actually.
But see, it's crazy because they won't, the motherfuckers that's really doing some shit to you that's racist and shit. They're not gonna charge them with a hate crime.
That's what I'm saying.
The cops do certain shit to you. Why is it when a cop does some shit to somebody black? That's never on the hate crime is never on the table. Why is that? It's because you're a cop. You can't. That goes because you're a cop, huh? It's like what I said earlier, Shaq. White people, they got laws for themselves. You know what I'm saying? White people make laws for each other. It's called stand your ground. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. It's that simple.
Like I told you earlier, right? They got unwritten code, common law code, bro. That they go by, man. Like you said, hey, man, you know. Because if you really want to eradicate some of this stuff, you would set examples for any individual that crossed the line.
Facts.
True. Now, let me bring this up because this from Al Jazeera. You know, Al Jazeera is kind of a banned website, so I'm gonna read it from my phone. But you can go to aljazeera.com. Israeli leaders defend soldiers accused of rape. Everything is legitimate. Video of emergence of a gang rape of a Palestinian prisoner by guards at the city detention facility in the Negev Desert, Israel. Video which has been verified by Al Jazeera shows the prisoner being selected from a large group lying down on the floor. The victim is then escorted to a wall where guards using their shields to hide their identity from the camera proceed to rape him. The attack is believed to have been brutal. After that, he was transferred to the hospital. Israeli media reported that the victim was unable to walk. 10 soldiers were ultimately arrested for the rape on July 29th in a case that has rocked Israeli society. The soldiers belong to a unit known as Force 100, which is tasked with guarding the seaman facility, according to Hargreaves. Military prosecutors arrested 3 of the arrested soldiers on August 4th, adding to the 2 previously released by investigators following a military court hearing in Yonah on July 30th, at which protesters gathered and supported the soldiers under arrest. The video has shocked many within the Israeli society, some including a local rights group and 2 unions that voiced concerns about the treatment of Palestinian prisoners. So, just go to show you, they say somebody got raped in Palestine, and a Palestinian prisoner got raped as a man, but according to Kamala Harris, when the Palestinians were protesting up there in Michigan the other day, she said, if you want Donald Trump to win, then say that. Otherwise, I'm speaking right now. So, that's the way it goes, brother.
Wow. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Mm-hmm. So, the right to kill and the right to steal and the right to rape. I guess that's how it goes, brother.
I'm gonna say, and this, the crazy thing about this too, you know what I'm saying? Everything is just narratives and agendas at this point, man. It's all bullshit, man. This government is just, you know what I'm saying? They, for the most part, they brainwash us, man. And for the life of me, I just don't see how, people like us, are really gonna go and vote for somebody that don't even have any policy on their damn website.
Hey, look, I'm gonna play this for you. I want you to hear it good, loud and clear. She's gonna tell you.
It is a plan. It is a plan to weaken America's middle class. Project 2025. If he is elected. Because we believe in democracy. Everyone's voice matters, but I am speaking now. I am speaking now. So Project 2025. Look, if he is elected, Donald Trump intends to give tax breaks to billionaires and big corporations. He intends to cut Social Security and Medicare. He intends to surrender our fight against the climate crisis, and he intends to end the Affordable Care Act. You know what? If you want Donald Trump to win, then say that, otherwise I'm speaking.
Gave him the stare down too.
Huh?
Gave the guy the stare down too. Well, like she said, if you want Donald Trump to win, then just say that. Otherwise, she's speaking. She ain't saying nothing about these Israeli soldiers raping the Palestinians. So I don't know if she's speaking about that too. As a matter
But
of
this
fact,
motherfucker is a broken record, bro. She been saying the same shit, man, over and over again. Oh, he wanna give tax breaks to billionaires. They said then she used that same shit in the last when she ran the first time, bro. Same talking point. Ain't changed. Same shit. That's a damn shame, bro. Lazy ass politics. Boy, this is a lazy motherfucker, bro. Lazy. Don't even got enough respect for his constituents to have any type of substantial talking point, bro. It's the same old lazy old shit she be talking about all the time.
You ain't lying.
Same lazy mundane shit, bro. Nothing new updated. Next thing you know, she gonna talk about abortion. Oh, Roe v. Wade. She think that's gonna be her knockout punch, bro. Stop.
That's
Yeah, that's supposed to be the death blow.
Yeah, she gonna hit him with the death blow. I already know she gonna try to hit him with the death blow. Then she gonna try to switch the game and say, "Oh, the border security was Donald Trump." Yeah, man, come on, bro. These motherfuckers predictable now. They're so predictable now. It's ridiculous. With a nigga like me that can't barely see can predict what you gonna say, give it up. It's a rap.
And the great thing about it is, look.
That's it.
gotta say that Donald Trump was he was soft on immigration. Like, bitch, aren't you the fucking borders are? You the one, you goddamn, you fucking lying, man. Trump.
Man, all the motherfuckers were saying, come on in. Open borders, come on in. And they were like, most of them Democratic cities was setting up sanctuary cities. What's a sanctuary, bro? What's a sanctuary city, bro? Please look that up, Bernard.
Well,
You remember the definition of a sanctuary city is, bro.
I want you to hear this right quick because this was big with this guy planning. So I want y'all to hear what this guy says about us. He's gonna make it loud and clear.
Opening scene where the head of Spectre calls in his underlings and says, "Look at the Siamese fighting fish. Yeah, they're brave, but on the whole stupid. You have the two that basically kill each other. One dies, the other's wounded. Then the smart one swoops in after he's had the two groups fight each other. That's basically what we're facing. So it is a big deal to have Peter Hotez and others saying, let's put NATO troops during the next pandemic and the UN troops in America because we're, quote, saving lives. Here's Hotez, and then back to back, let's go to Naomi Wolf talking about it.
Unfortunately, I have to give you a very long, I don't know the answer to your question answer, because it is very complicated. And quite honestly, you know, the health sector doesn't know what to do because this is now first and foremost a political problem. And what I've said to the Biden administration is the health sector can't solve this on its own. We're going to have to bring in Homeland Security, Commerce Department, Justice Department to help us understand how to do this. And I've said the same I met with Dr. Tedros last month in Geneva, WHO, the Director General, to say, I don't know that the World Health Organization can solve this on our own. We need the other United Nations agencies, NATO. This is a security problem because it's no longer a theoretical construct or some arcane academic exercise. 200,000 Americans died because of anti-vaccine aggression, anti-science aggression. And so this is now a lethal force.
You a lying son of a bitch. Why don't you talk about all the goddamn kids that die from motherfucking goddamn young kids that die from cardiovascular problem? 2.5 million. A goddamn you lying motherfucker.
Lives is countering this anti-vaccine aggression.
So what this guy is saying, basically, when for the next time they have a outbreak or something, they're saying, hey, you know what? It's not, we can't leave it in the health department can't do it. We got to get NATO. We got to get the UN.
Who is this guy? Who is that?
This guy's a pediatric doctor named Dr. Peter Hotez.
Man, get his ass the fuck up out of here. See, that's what I'm saying. So you got these radical motherfuckers that come in, and we got to blame the United States, man. You got to blame them for allowing any mother to come in here and trying to dictate policies to the American people.
True.
You bringing in troops, you know that's an act of war, bro.
Hey, man. He said get the Department of Homeland Security, Department of Justice, and NATO, and the UN. He
said he be calling people anti-scientists and anti-vaxxers. So what? They're the crime.
Right.
Hey, look. Well, he's trying to urge the Biden administration to do it now. Getting kind of late.
Because you science motherfucking demons been lying to the people, bro. You've been testing and sampling and testing people lying on mice. You've been testing mice, animals, all type of animal species and human species you've been testing shit on. And they came up with a solution for shit. All you want to do is still push your medication and your pharmaceuticals on people. What have you cured? What have you reversed? All the information and technology research you've been doing all this time, you mean to tell me disease ain't decreasing, it's increasing? Sound like it's a choice to me.
No.
Sound like the intent is to infect. That's what it sounds like to me.
Well, I'm gonna say this, but that's the plan they got. Also, the UN has said monkeypox. Well, they're saying that they're gonna try to make that a health outbreak and international pandemic in Africa. So they come back with the monkeypox too. So get ready. Now all they talking about around here is listeria outbreak. Oh, we had third person get infected with listeria in Virginia. I'm like, oh God. I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
You hear what Franklin Zuna said? He said the funny thing is billionaires don't pay taxes, tax breaks. Wait, he said billionaires don't pay taxes, so why would they need tax breaks? That's a good point. That's a good ass point. I'm like, damn. Yeah, man.
Yeah, they don't pay no damn taxes, man, because they write everything off. Shit, so they don't go pay taxes. That's why they donate to certain things, so they can use that as, like you said. And you don't think these philanthropists are doing that shit out the kindness of their heart? They know that's a tax write-off.
Right.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, Michael Bloomberg just gave $600 million to 4 HBCUs.
Well, that's a tax write-off.
Wow. Well, that makes sense.
It's a tax write-off, baby.
I can't stand.
Matter of fact, he gave it to their medical departments.
Damn right.
That's what he gave it to the medical. They said they need to diversify their healthcare in these HBCUs. I'm like, wait a minute.
What does diversify means, bro? When they say the first diversify, because the human population is diversified. The ecosystem is diversified themselves. What other diversity do you need to add to it? Huh?
True.
Talk to me. Unless it's only one group of people that's mainly controlling or being employed or being in charge of, certain sectors in society. What we talking about there?
You're not gonna. Well, that's a good point. They're not gonna never tell you what they're talking about now. That wouldn't be good to do.
Boy, this phone hot as a mug, Bernard.
It's hot.
Boy, this phone is hot, boy. That mother feel like, boy, I put it in the microwave. Damn.
Hey man, mine been getting kind of hot too lately.
Woo-wee. And you know what? I think it's that 5G phone too. See, I'm on this Nokia 5G phone. I should have been on my Samsung, my 4G Samsung. I went back to a 4G Samsung. Hey.
Is this shit really fast like that or what? Is it really fast?
Hell no, the 5Gs ain't shit, man.
Lying like a motherfucker, boy.
They get hot. Yeah, they get hot fast.
I can't find the video. I'm looking for this young girl.
He said them bonds got conditions.
Say who do?
Them bonds, damn, they be doing stocks, bonds. Yup, that's true, dude. They be in all types of them billionaires, man. They be on, and then see they'll have a venture capitalist or somebody like that give them the inside on that shit.
It's all criminal activity. It's all insider trading shit, man. The people that's making the money off of it is getting tips on what to sell, you know what I mean? They get insider trading.
I wanted to be a nurse. It was just, how am I going to get there? How am I going to financially pay for it? Do I have the time? ECPI.
Cory Bush, she gave a speech last night after the results came in, and she said, today AIPAC has spent heavily against her. I'm coming to tear your kingdom down. Does the president have an opinion on that statement?
So, look, the president has always been very clear, and very recently after the assassination attempt of the last president, about lowering rhetoric, right? Lowering political rhetoric and the importance of doing that. It is important that we be very mindful of what we say. This kind of rhetoric is inflammatory and divisive and incredibly unhelpful. Look, we're going to continue to condemn any type of political rhetoric in that way, in that vein. And so it is important to be mindful in what we say and how we say it. But we cannot have this type of inflammatory, divisive language.
After losing against Wesley Bell, incumbent Congresswoman Cory Bush fired up her crowd with a passionate concession speech. And tonight, that speech is sparking criticism from some members of the Jewish community. Our Justina Cornell was there last night. She has reaction in the studio. Justina.
Well, and despite losing in an 18-minute speech, Congresswoman Cori Bush still had a lot of fighting words against her opponent and the group that poured in a ton of money.
Oh, she got beat, bitch.
AIPAC, I'm coming to tear your kingdom down. What you didn't want to do was allow me to get radicalized even more, because this is the thing. I ain't scared. I don't fear you.
In her concession speech, Congresswoman Cori Bush didn't hold back. And in the crowd, her friend St. Louis Alderman Rasheed Aldridge took it all in.
It lit a fire under me, and it kind of brought back that Cori that we've seen in the streets. That Cori that when she first ran, that's what she brought to the table.
He believes the Cori on stage was the, quote, bulldog he's known.
Her speech saying we're coming after AIPACs and the corporations. I'm just ready to make sure whatever she do, I'm gonna stand right there with her, because we did not get a fair race.
The speech made its rounds, making its way to Rabbi Jeffrey Abraham with congregation B'nai Emunah.
It was important to watch back what Cori Bush said, because it's important for us to, know what's been said and what's out there for people to hear and see, and may come in and try to attack us.
He believes words matter.
She focused a lot on the money and the money and the money. And I think it's an important reminder, that it's an age-old anti-Semitic trope to say, oh, the Jews control the money, when in reality, that's not the case. Attacking AIPAC, though, then says, okay, well, I'm now attacking Israel, and by attacking Israel, you're attacking the one and only Jewish state, and so therefore you're attacking the Jewish people.
Aldridge weighs in.
I don't think her anger was at the residents of CD1, people that was either with her or without her. I think her anger and our anger is with an organization that is not from here, that literally bought a seat, that doesn't really care about the conditions of St. Louis.
There is an agreement to look ahead.
I'm looking forward to whatever's going to be next as we analyze what's the next steps.
It's time for us to move forward.
Cori Bush said she'll continue advocating for St. Louis and will be at events this weekend for the 10-year anniversary of Michael Brown's death. Now we return.
Well, she said, I'm coming to tear your kingdom down, AIPAC. Well, AIPAC was the one who put that money in to get rid of you.
Oh, yeah. But look, so the 10th anniversary of Mike Brown, right? The crazy thing about it is something might happen.
Yeah, I thought, yep, that's true.
So, don't be surprised when you hear something else in the news, man, by tomorrow or Sunday, right?
But I just told you, Frank, I see it on Instagram, they blocking. I sent it to you, man. They were blocking the stream. I mean, you know how they put the little blocker up there. You click on the video on Instagram. Well, it looked like some police somewhere was beating some guy up, beating some guy down, or holding him down to something. Yeah.
Already, just it's just like, the thing is with that, we're the only ones. It's crazy because a lot of times so-called black people, and you got a little bit of other motherfuckers, but we the only ones that really see that as dehumanizing versus everybody else. You know what I'm saying? And then the police, that's why there is no such thing as non-bad cops, because for you to just sit there and watch that shit says a lot about you. You know what I mean? Damn, it's crazy. Look. I'm looking at YouTube. Sergeant Dorsey speaks, right? Talking about police reform 10 years after the murder of Mike Brown. What were we just talking about that? So police reform? Is that what they pushing?
Well, stop. It ain't no damn police reform. Yeah, they be forming them to kick your ass. Yeah, to retrain them to be able to kick your ass better.
Right. To whoop your ass better.
Yeah, because we see in situations, right, whether it's fake or false, for them to even put the image out there that law enforcement is trying to restrain someone and they're not being able to breathe and shit like that, bro. How is that? That's nowhere near
it ain't
humane.
It ain't.
Man, you got people that are, oh, well, you should have, bro. At that point, you have to render aid. You should render aid at that point.
Oh, yeah.
Everything else go out the fucking window.
Right.
Time to render aid. The person's already unarmed. You already got them incapacitated. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Whether these are signs or not, the fact that they want to play that imagery to people, bro.
They would never do it to the whitey. They'll never do it to the whitey. They'll never do it to the Creed. They won't do it to them ever, because that's messing up the narrative for one. And you see these people as human because you see them as your aunt, uncle, your brother. You see them as that. You see us as not that. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. And plus, why would you want to? If y'all, pushing this, I rule the country and I'm the superior motherfucker and shit. Why would you want to?
Head-shaving tips that you're
Why would you
probably
want to push
messing
that?
up. Tip number one: avoid
Why would you
using
want to push that on
razors
TV?
are designed to.
You know what I'm saying?
Growing
On
concern
the hour,
tonight.
every hour. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, intimidation. Yeah, it's
It's narrative. That's against the supremacy that y'all say y'all have. That's going against that. You know what I'm saying? Because if you show police or motherfuckers shooting, killing them, how would that perceive you as being superior? Does that make sense? But when you show motherfuckers that getting shot and killed all the time on the daily, on the hour, that shows them that they're inferior, right? And that shows that they deserve it, right? And when Chicago,
man, if people was really concerned about people getting shot and killed, bro, then they wouldn't go see all these damn movies. They wouldn't go see all these war movies, all these gangster movies, all these, drug dealing, you know what I'm saying? Cartel movies and shit, bro. Come on. Tom Cruise, John Wick. What we talking about?
Well, look, here we go. So, Frank, you said something might happen. The Democratic National Convention is in 10 days, so something might happen. Listen closely.
From some over a planned protest at the Democratic National Convention here in Chicago. It comes from the Anti-Defamation League over a pro-Palestinian protest. Our Maribel Gonzalez is listening to both sides, and she's live now for us in the newsroom. Maribel?
Hey, good evening, Joe. Tensions are ramping up between the two groups, especially as the DNC nears. One group calling for a stop to the protest.
Hey, what's that noise, man?
What noise?
Like is somebody talking in the background, or like
Yo. Is that me? Hold up. Let me come back out. Come back in. Hold up.
No, that's you. That's probably me. Is that my phone echoing or something?
Or is that me? Me.
Nah, it was like nah. That's good.
The other one, an illegal battle with the city to expand them.
A war of words between two local groups.
These groups have a history of fanning the flames of hate and inspiring acts of harassment, vandalism, and violence.
What kind of racism does it take to say that the Palestinian protests are going to be violent when you've got no evidence of it?
The Anti-Defamation League, a Jewish advocacy group protesting planned pro-Palestinian protests scheduled for the upcoming DNC in Chicago.
And it's critical that we don't give them the oxygen or airtime to spread their hateful messages.
The league playing videos of other protests around the country that share the same message of ending the war in Palestine, calling them anti-Semitic and hateful.
What we have seen to date in the city of Chicago is nothing compared to what has happened in other locations in the United States and global cities. In Chicago, you better buckle up.
It's a claim organizers with the U.S. Palestinian Community Network reject.
And the Coalition for Justice in Palestine has organized almost 50 protests since October. I'll challenge anybody to talk about any kind of violence at any of those protests.
These strong words against the group, another challenge to organizers who have faced a legal battle with the city of Chicago to get permits to protest near the convention. With 11 days to the big event, they say the city has agreed to this 1.1 miles long route. The USPC in Chicago is asking for this route instead, 2.4 miles long.
It'll be the largest protest in the history of Chicago for Palestinian rights specifically. 1.1 miles is not long enough to accommodate tens of thousands of people.
I'm confused. What do you mean Palestinian rights? They don't got no rights in America? What's going on with them in America? Oh, they talking about way the fuck over there overseas. See, that's what I'm talking about, man. Y'all good. Y'all ain't got no problems. You ain't got no hate or nothing like that over here in America. Y'all got a whole communities and stuff. So why are you protesting some stuff that's happening in your country? Why don't you go over there and protest that shit? Back over there. I'm confused. Like, and then y'all, I'm American. Okay, if you're American, then what's the problem? You see what I'm saying? It's like, what the fuck? I don't know, man. I mean, I feel them, and whatever. Israel's burnt out, man. But at the same time, bro, it's like, what is that gonna do? You protested over there. What is that gonna do?
Well, here we go, right here.
That makes sense.
10-year anniversary of Mike Brown.
Oh.
I want to release these butterflies for my boy. Guys, everyone that felt the same pain for this family. This is representative of them.
Just the beginning. This is just the beginning because so many of us have grown up in this movement. We have become different people, but further into our destiny, further into our purpose. And as we do it, we remember where we started from, and we remember who we started with, and we remember why. We remember why, because there has still not been accountability. There has still not been justice for this family. There has still not been change. Not enough for Black folks to feel it.
But the deal is, the Black Panther Party say differences amongst the people are reconcilable.
Come on.
However, difference between the people in the state are irreconcilable. Huh? In other words, whatever issues we had about which block you stay on, so on, what color you are, we can work that out. Yeah. But ain't no forgiving. Ain't no forgiving for what this government did, the chairman of the Piscataway Bar Clause. Ain't no forgiving what this government is doing in Cook County Jail, and other concentration camps across this country. Ain't no forgiving what they did to Mike Brown Jr. Right on? And this here, we motivated out of a love for the people, y'all.
Remember in your heart, remember in your head, but don't forget you have it in your head and in your feet to continue to be the change. And I'm so honored to be able to represent people, the people who change the world, just like Mike Brown said he would change the world.
At Vistaprint, we print everything to show off the brand. So you can print it like Simon's Restaurant and outfit your whole team. Or you can...
Hold on. So they had a march earlier. Now, you know what I found interesting now about this Mike Brown thing? You got some new students that never even heard of Mike Brown 10 years later. They don't even talk about this thing hardly no more, what happened down there in Ferguson, how that thing set off a whole... Now, Ferguson also set off a whole lot of killing, and Ferguson also was launching that Blue Alert law. They used that to launch that Blue Alert law, too.
Damn. Obama, by the way.
Yeah.
Hey, they gave him funding, and did that give him immunity, a more qualified? What did that do again? That law? Did they give him funding and give him immunity? What did they do?
Gave him military weapons.
Oh, right, military weapons. Right. Damn. Why would you give the police military weapons, man? Damn, these motherfuckers are at war. Oh, because they're at war with us. I get it. Makes sense. You know?
As a matter of fact, here you go, right here. Y'all thought I was joking. Let's go down the way back.
As some of you are aware, several weeks ago, we lost two of New York's finest, Rafael Ramos and Wenjin Liu. They were serving their community with great honor and dedication and courage. And all of New York grieved and all of the nation grieved. It was a reminder of the incredibly difficult and dangerous work that so many of our law enforcement officers are engaged in every single day. I had a chance to meet the families of officers Ramos and Liu at the memorial that we did just a few days ago. But it's important for us not only to honor their memory, it's also important for us to make sure that we do everything we can to help ensure the safety of our police officers when they're in the line of duty. And this legislation, which has been sponsored on a bipartisan basis by people like Senators Cardin and Representatives Reichert and Pascrell, represent, I think, the best of a bipartisan support for law enforcement. What this legislation is going to do is to initiate a blue alert system so that when we know there's an active threat against law enforcement, that the alerts are going out at a comprehensive, expeditious way. That prevents the possibility that other officers may be caught by surprise, and it ensures that appropriate steps can be taken as quickly as possible. Done. Thank you very much.
So that was Mr. Barack Obama signing the Blue Alert law into law in 2010. I mean, 2014 or 15. Yeah, what year it was. I think 2014. But that actually started off a trend of being able to what? Militarize police departments.
Yep.
Got you.
All the things that you know what I'm saying, that I noticed a lot of the things that you know, that the Democrats done pushing laws and stuff like that done pushed for the last what 12 years. He did a lot of that scandalous shit. You know what I'm saying? You could tell they use him to carry out certain agendas, man. You could tell. Just like with the LGBT thing, with the DACA, you see what I'm saying? With the Blue Alert. But look, didn't do nothing for Mike Brown and them. They called us thugs. And when Freddie Gray shit called us thugs, you know what I'm saying? Didn't do, you know.
He did send Eric Holder down there to get a police department to consent. They did something like a consent decree or something, but that's about it. Yeah. So since I'm talking about that, let me talk to one other person. Let's bring up one other person that happened. Since we're talking about never forget. That's what Chairman Fred Hampton said, never forget. So I don't want to forget the young brother Darren Seals while I'm at it, you know.
For Act 6.
Tonight, some area residents say they've lost a voice. An activist during the Ferguson unrest, 29-year-old Darren Seals, was murdered before his killer set his car on fire. Good evening. I'm Steve Savard.
And I'm Claire Kellett. His killer is still out there. Fellow activists and friends are speaking to News 4's Justin Andrews about Seals' active stance in demanding change. The story is all new tonight at 6.
Courageous.
Activist Amir Brandy stood on the front lines with Darren Seals.
He had a voice and he didn't bite his tongue.
Following Ferguson, the plain-spoken and courageous young man surged as an advocate who would not back down until he saw change.
Someone is this accepted or this loved, this much supported, and then he gets killed in that way.
Chris Mosley went to high school with the 29-year-old prominent protester. He says Seals was a revolutionary. Mosley says Seals had life struggles, but transformed them into steps of success.
He's the epitome of, I can be one way and I can turn my life around. And not only that, but help others too.
Tuesday morning, police say Seals was found shot to death in a burning car. News 4 has been tracking the search for the suspect. Right now, police don't have any new leads, but they tell us they cannot solve this by themselves. They need your help.
At this point, we don't have anything, and that's where we're at the brick wall. You know, is we're waiting for evidence. We're waiting for just clues from a phone call.
His death has rocked activists across the country, but it's like salt on an open wound for St. Louis area activist, an innovator and mediator, they say, whose voice is now silent, a voice that's demanded change. In St. Louis County, Justin Andrews.
So that's King Darren Seals, as they call him. Unfortunately, I guess your so-called first black president had nothing to say about that, but he did sign the Blue Alert law, but it's okay. That's how it is, man. So, and Darren Seals wasn't the only one to get killed, by the way, because Black Lives Matter and them were down there too. Yeah, I remember Darren Seals slapped D. Ray McKesson in the face too when he was trying out. They were pushing the LGBTQ stuff. So they had it out for Darren Seals, and somebody killed him because he got shot in the car and the car was burning. That's not a normal murder. I wouldn't be surprised somebody if they had some daggone mercenaries do some shit like that.
Oh, fucking line. Right?
Yep.
That's a fact.
Man.
Well, we just have a moment of silence for the man, the sacrifice, man. Put their life on the line, man. You know what I'm saying? To stand up for their community against so much, adverse.
Now, well, I want to bring this up right here too, because they couldn't find Darren Seals killers, right? But they're saying the NYPD done took down some of the worst Brock gangs. So how y'all can't find Darren Seals killer, but you can find this? I'm very confused here.
Why is Amazon paying me $600 a day? Hi, I'm Carla Marie, and the coolest part is...
Well, now to an exclusive you'll see only right here on Fox 5.
We were there, and the only TV crew along for what police call the takedown of some of the most violent gang members they've ever seen.
All right, Lisa Evers joins us now with her exclusive look with the NYPD. Lisa.
Well, Stephen, Natasha, we had that firsthand look at how the NYPD is bringing alleged gang members who terrorize their own community to justice. And now the Bronx DA says they've been charged in a 176-count felony indictment. Nay Benz, police say you're a trigger puller. Police say you're a trigger puller. Is that true? What? Police say you're a trigger puller. Is that We're here at a secret undercover location in the Bronx where NYPD detectives are getting ready to launch a manhunt for nearly 24 gang members wanted for serious
Hold up.
It's a Lisa Evers exclusive. It's before dawn on Wednesday, but NYPD detectives.
Come on, you already know what I'm about to break it down. You know what I mean? You already know I'm about to go in right now. You tell me, I see some things right now. I see some red flags. See what I'm saying? Okay, for example, why the fuck would the police give you the media exclusive fucking backstage access or whatever to some fucking, spot where y'all about to raid, dude? And why are you getting with the police? What kind of, you know what I mean? Why would the police be telling the media their plans before they do it? You know what I'm saying? And why, what's the significance of that? And how do you have a special? Is this pre-planned? Like scripted? Because why would they? You know what I'm saying? Obviously, if they told her about the meeting spot, obviously then they planned this out beforehand. Am I right? Why would you? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make no sense. And then you got her. And you got this dude yelling and shit. Why are you yelling like that? You feel me? That was kind of like a psyop too, low key. Like, you know what I'm saying? Why are you over here yelling and making noise and shit? And you got this cop with this New York fitted hat on. Like, why you got the fitted hat on? Like, he looked just more. I didn't know who to think. Look, I didn't know who to get the Bronx gang members were. The motherfuckers in handcuffs or the motherfuckers that was walking them away. I don't know. This shit look kind of weird, bro. Like, why would they give her? You know what I'm saying? Somebody from Fox fucking 5 access to all this. You know what I mean? Does that make sense, BJ? Y'all see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. All right, my bad. You know what I mean? I just had to say that.
You're right. Let them keep playing because it's got to get some crazy shit here.
And like a psyop.
From the Gun Violence Suppression Division, called GVSD for short, are joined by detectives from Bronx precincts and warrant squads for this important mission. Their mission: stopping the reign of terror caused by teens, young men, and a few women who engage in running gun battles with their opposition or ops at all hours of the day and night, no matter who's in the way, right in their own community.
These cases are the single most impactful reason
that shootings trend downwards.
The targets are 20 members of the Slattery gang based out of Slattery Playground in the Fordham section of the Bronx.
If you come around from 2 on, that's when it fills up with all the gangs.
Investigators say they're responsible for more than a dozen shootings and attempted murders.
It's almost like they were competing with each other to see who could shoot more times.
The Slattery crew, also known by other names like Slaughtery and S-Block, allegedly took aim at their main opponents or ops, other young people, for no good reason. Investigators say the hatred is fueled by inflammatory disses about murdered ops and drill raps posted on social media. That's aspiring drill rapper Nate Benz, who police say is one of the gang leaders. The average age of the case subjects is 20. Teen girls are trigger pullers too, like the shooter in this video, says Deputy Inspector Craig Edelman.
They're shooting at each other with the yellow school bus filled with kids in between them.
Making the community safe again is their passion and purpose. For takedown leader, Detective Brandon Ravello, it's personal. This is where he grew up.
A lot of the subjects are wanted for being active trigger pullers, so they're asking us to put on these bulletproof vests before we go out to the location.
Oh, hold up. Whoa,
Part of the caravan going.
Come on, bro. This is some shit Don Lemon would be doing. Didn't Don Lemon do this shit not too long ago? Put a bulletproof vest on and he was in a little war zone or some bullshit. See, and this is crisis actor type. This is like propaganda. So she's gonna compete. I mean, she's gonna participate in the propaganda. You feel me? Like what? Really? You know what I'm saying? That shit is dude. This shit. These motherfuckers got our minds, man.
Let me go ahead and bleed it.
To the first destination. These detectives know exactly who they are looking for because all of the subjects in this case have been pre-indicted by a Bronx grand jury.
Officers go into the building
inside the building, going into the apartment where they have a search warrant to apprehend the suspect.
Sergeant Christopher Neal is in constant communication with team members, making sure everyone gets in and out safely.
In recent history, we've seen that impact takedowns or takedowns of this magnitude have a profound impact on the community.
What's going on here? I love you, babe.
A female suspect who's 8 months pregnant is brought out in handcuffs from an apartment.
What's going on? Why did they pick you up?
We are here executing a search warrant on Theobald Avenue in the Bronx in regards to a drive-by shooting that happened in a public school playground.
Bronx District Attorney Darcel Clark announced a 176-count conspiracy indictment against the alleged gang members for everything from attempted murder to robbery and weapons possession.
DA.
More than a dozen guns were recovered, including some from the takedown.
We're going to stay at this no matter what, no matter how long it takes. We are laser focused on making sure that we keep the public safe.
They are absolutely firing bullets without remorse or regret and without regard of anybody that's around.
This is one of the most violent crews that I've seen. You made our streets, our communities into a battlefield, and there's no excuse for that.
The team members believe their efforts are a step forward in making people feel safe again.
Today, I think, is a victory for the community. Anytime you have a gang that claims the territory inside of a park where children play, it has all the potential for tragedy.
So you're not a trigger puller? No, I don't pull no triggers. Now, as bad as it looks, all the defendants are presumed innocent until proven guilty. Keep in mind that everyone accused in this case is under the age of 25. Many of them are just 20 years old or less. And the defendants are found guilty of these crimes. If that happens, they could spend more than a decade, sometimes 2 decades, behind bars. That's the latest. Back to you guys.
Yeah. They know how to find out a lot of information, brother.
But it's just like, you notice they're doing this in an election year though? Why didn't they bust these motherfuckers before?
Well, same thing we say why they let these damn immigrants and migrants come in and commit crimes in these areas and you know why they gonna never track down these damn mass shooters? They got the information and intel on these mass shooters, but they still let them commit the crime, commit the shooting. Why they don't never do a mass hunt on these damn mass shooters, these incel mass shooters that did?
Right.
I'm just saying, if we gonna keep it a buck, keep it a bean, bro.
Right.
but they allow that to go on.
Right. Picking and choosing what we was talking about there earlier, man.
Yeah, of course.
All right, here we go right here.
To be free and flexible and creative was really essential to what I wanted to make, and I didn't find a platform that did.
A multi-million-dollar commitment with a goal to increase the number of Black doctors and medical professionals in the health industry. Bloomberg Philanthropies announcing a $600 million gift to 4 historically Black medical colleges across the country, including Howard University's College of Medicine. The department is set to receive $175 million, doubling the medical college's endowment.
A lot of the students are under a lot of debt. They often graduate with hundreds of thousands of dollars.
So I'm minding what stipulations come along with this so-called $600 million donation.
Communities where they would like
What do they have to subject
Andrea
themselves
Benson
to?
Hayes is the dean of Howard's Medical School. She says in addition to cutting down student debt, it will also enhance the educational and professional.
You know they're gonna wrap up these injections and shit and experimental drugs and shit on these motherfuckers, man.
have doctors that look like them. They actually live longer. Their
Pretty
outcomes
much.
are much, much better.
See, this is the humane, bro, because you already know how this goes.
7% of medical graduates and less than 6% of practicing doctors are Black.
And there's a high need for Black physicians.
It's these doctors that are really going to be the main focus ones that are going to help the smaller communities, that are going to help the communities that don't really get looked at.
Guy Harvey and Sierra
They're
Lyons.
not gonna help them, man. They get trained by the fucking enemy, bro.
Money leads to more current
And they just gonna go on there and just, and like you said,
This is really
coerce
allowing
motherfuckers to continue to take fucking pharmaceuticals and shit. The problems that they can fix at home.
Health disparities while
Come
increasing
on,
the
bro.
number of Black health
We ain't dumb, man. We hip to the game now.
their communities. In the district, Dominique Moody.
Here you go.
We already-
Now,
we know how this go.
I suspect they might be talking about some massive germ warfare, and they're gonna tell these motherfuckers to get on board and do some experiments.
Of course. You already know what the stipulation come along with it, bro. We just seen this before.
I know. Hey, yeah, I remember Bill Gates' wife giving all that money years ago to them HBCUs too. Watch out. They the ones
And these doctors, these people that's going to these medical facilities, they are being trained by the same entity, bro. The medicine field industry has not advanced. They still training on racial bigotry.
Right.
Eugenicists, man. They're still being trained by eugenicists, man. I think that the people doing it mean well, but they don't know that they've been trained by the enemy, bro. To go in and continue to sell poison, surgeries and shit, getting people getting their tonsils shit taken out, gallbladders taken out, breast cancer, pap smears, breast checks, breast cancer checks and shit.
Well, matter of fact, I'm glad you said that. I'm gonna play this one video that I had waiting for you, Chak, because y'all were talking about these Chinese nationals and stuff a couple of days ago. I want y'all to hear this, man. This happened down in East Texas, right here, and then I'm gonna get to that cancer thing.
Nationals are behind bars in East Texas tonight after officers found nearly 20 gold bars in their vehicle during a traffic stop on Interstate 20. The 2 men are now charged with money laundering. Thank you very much for being here tonight. I'm Casey Koviak.
And I'm Isaac Ramirez. We begin tonight with KETK's Ashlyn Anderson. She is here to explain how officers made this discovery in tonight's top story. Ashlyn.
Casey, Isaac, nearly 20 gold bars worth about $250,000 were seized during a traffic stop on I-20 Thursday. Officials today blaming current immigration policies. A shocking discovery made Thursday after 2 Chinese nationals were pulled over by a Wills Point police officer for a traffic violation on Interstate 20 just east of Canton.
He used translation services that law enforcement has
available to them, was very suspicious of their activities. So acting on his suspicion, he ran his dog on this vehicle.
The canine alerted the officer, leading to a search of the vehicle. Inside, police found gold bars worth $250,000.
Currently, they're facing charges of money laundering, which is transporting the proceeds of illegal activity.
After the arrest, officials began to work with Homeland Security. Soon it came to light that both men entered the U.S. illegally from Mexico in 2023.
If you don't think that the chaos down at the border is not affecting rural East Texas, yesterday's stop and yesterday's arrest is a prime example of that.
So this, Mr. Lin and Mr. Chen, their story started with them leaving China and coming here to prey on Americans. It ends right now with us taking $250,000 worth of gold from their organization.
If the money is proven to come from criminal activity in court, it will go to the county and be invested into law enforcement.
The tool of civil forfeiture allows us to take it from the criminals and put it in our budget and use that money to turn around and buy more tools.
What money is gold? What money?
Does not prove the gold
What
bars
money?
obtained illegally.
It's gold bars. What money?
Until then, men are sitting in the Van Zandt County.
See, you got the municipalities are criminals too, bro.
I'm telling you.
Fucking criminals, man. Now, I don't know what these Chinese mothers get they got them damn gold bar from. You know what I'm saying?
Probably from the government.
Yeah, all we know, they could have got them from the government. All we know.
How do you get gold bars? Who else has gold bars? You know what I'm saying?
But this says some suspicious. So you mean to tell me that you got? Hold on, Frank. I'm about to say this. You got, hold on, stop. You got gold bar bloodhounds, bro. That sniff out gold bar bloodhounds.
I know how they find that shit.
Where the fuck they get these back magical dogs from?
That's a good.
And how you know how they train them on sniffing out gold bars? I mean, what's good? What we talking about? Man, that sound like a setup from get-go, girl.
I am proud.
They're gonna take the money, civil forfeiture, civil forfeiture.
Right.
Here you go, Chak.
You know what that is? I don't know about gold bars. Hold on, Bernard. I don't know about gold bars. I don't know if they say they gotta find out where the money came from or some shit, right? How did they obtain the gold bar?
But just don't ask the motherfuckers, man. They ain't gonna see that. They ain't gonna torture these motherfuckers, huh? They ain't gonna fucking motorboard or whatever, motorboard or whatever.
So hold on. So we need to look up the law. What's the law? You can't have gold bars. There's a certain amount of gold bars you can't have.
Ooh, right.
What we talking about?
Right. Good question.
Because we know they can collect their own money. That's civil procedure, civil forfeiture. They can collect their own money. That's how they be getting motherfuckers.
Right.
You got cash on you, which is what the federal is a debt note. It's issued by the Federal Reserve. They can rescind and collect their debt note, no matter if it's $1 or it's $10,000. If you got that money on you, cash on your pocket, they can seize that money. And I don't know the average person know that or not.
They could take your money if they want, huh?
Yeah, because it was issued by them. It's signed, printed, and issued from the Federal Reserve.
Makes sense.
So they can civil forfeiture. They can stop you on a routine stop, and if you have cash on you, they can confiscate that cash, bro.
Civil forfeiture or something? Civil forfeiture?
Civil forfeiture.
Forfeiture? Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Well, look, Chak, let me play this video because this is what you just told me a couple seconds ago. So I'm gonna help you out. Before I go, I'm gonna help you out. Listen to this.
Hello and welcome to Medical Dialogues. I'm Roshnida. Let's look at today's top health news. According to WHO report, global cancer cases expected to increase 77% by 2050. A new report from the World World Health Organization warns of a significant rise in global cancer cases by 2050. According to the WHO's International Agency for Research on Cancer, cancer cases are expected to increase by 77%. The report, based on 2022 data from over 185 countries, highlights that lung cancer tops the list with 2.5 million new cases, followed by breast cancer, colorectal cancer, and prostate cancer. Lung cancer also accounted for the highest number of cancer-related deaths in 2022. Notably, cervical cancer emerged as the most common cancer among women in 25 countries, primarily in sub-Saharan Africa. The report underscores disparities in cancer diagnosis and treatment, particularly in low Human Development Index countries, where late diagnosis and limited access to quality treatment contribute to higher mortality rates. Are you also aspiring to excel in medical journalism and delve into the intricacies of health and medical reporting? Explore our comprehensive course on medical and health journalism, available at the Medical Dialogues Academy. Learn from industry experts who possess in-depth knowledge and experience in this field. For further details, scan the QR code provided or access the link.
All right, Chak. Global cancer cases expected to increase 77% by 2050. That's a big
Now,
number.
what was this at? She sound like she was African. Where is that? This in Africa?
I don't know. This might be an Indian woman, but
Oh, India. Okay, India.
I pulled this up. You know, these American websites don't show nothing, so I had to pull this off one of these other videos. But the World Health Organization say global cancer cases expected to increase 77% by 2050.
Yeah, I bet.
So they know something.
Intent. I told you earlier, intent.
Right.
Hey, Frank. They told you 77. Now look, check this out. 77, 2024. That's 47. There you go, right there. 47 probably. They're reporting this to you right now. Now, what they didn't report to you? So, Chak, when they're telling you by 2050, over 3/4 of the population in the world will have cancer. Damn, that's a hell of a damn betting average.
Told you, man. It was a global move for cancer, sickness, death, treatment is global, man. They pushing that shit around the world. White people thought, oh, you thought it was just Americans that they were trying to push this on? No. And you think cancer and disease will be on, like I said, on the decline with all the research and all the so-called technology and the advanced pharmaceutical medical shit that they got. You think it's on a decline, Frank? Not an incline, bro.
You know what? I was gonna tell you. I got asked one time to be, by some clown out there at they got these stands where they do these screenings and stuff. And they were like, do you want to be part of cancer research or something like that? Why the hell I want to be part of something like that? They were like, they started giving you the stuff that, Black people are more likely to get cancer than anybody else and all this other nonsense, right?
They always say that.
But look, I was like, wait a minute. Well, I just said, I asked her, well, if you know that, what's the remedy for it? It ain't being part of no damn research. Tell me the remedy for it.
Right.
She couldn't tell me. So I just
Right. All that research, right?
Yeah. So I told her I don't want to be part of no goddamn trial.
Yeah. Right.
But she said, well, that's what the research is for, because we don't know that they lying now.
Yeah, they lying.
Cigarette thing, then cancer, genetic can come from that. I said, women get breast cancer. She said, well, that's not really known where women get breast cancer from. We still studying that. I was like,
Yeah, goddamn lie. I know where women get breast cancer from.
Well, obviously, the lady I was talking to that day a couple years ago didn't know. I
know where they get it from.
Or she was lying.
I told you, radiation poison. That's one. Fucking and do y'all know? Look up. Matter of fact, while you want breast cancer, give something to the ladies. Because I didn't know this. What do they call it when they get the breast cancer test? What this called?
A mammogram.
Pull up what a mammogram is and the procedure. If you got a video, they let you pull up a video of what the mammogram actually is and what it do to the women's breast.
Well, they got a video of a mammogram cancer images, which actually, if we talking about cancer, we might want to put it in the mammogram cancer images.
No, don't put them cancer images. Pull up what the mammogram is and how they what the machine, the mammogram machine is. What the you know what I'm saying? And what it do to detect the procedure. Pull up the procedure, bro. Because I didn't know they do that to the women. Frank, these motherfuckers, boy, are human destroyers, bro. The human being destroyers, man. When they create a.
So about that mammogram, I've been putting it off for weeks, just like you. We're busy people. I'm a mom of two. I just don't have the time. Plus, I am a little nervous. I have no idea what to expect. But the truth is, it's just smart. Early detection does save lives. So here's what I did. I made myself an appointment at Johns Hopkins Medical Imaging. I went online to my chart. I picked the date, time, and location. So simple. So I'm going. And you're coming with me.
Here at Johns Hopkins, we support that women at average risk for breast cancer should start annual mammograms at age 40. We think that that's really important because we know that annual mammograms has the greatest chance to detect breast cancer early. And when we detect breast cancer early through screening, we know that that's when it's the most treatable.
Welcome to Johns Hopkins. How can I help you today?
I have an appointment.
Okay. I just need you to sign in right here on this computer.
Okay.
We know that this type of exam can make women nervous. From the moment you walk in the door, we aim to make you comfortable.
I'm going to take you back to your
okay.
now.
All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Everything you're going to need is right here in your dressing area. You have your gown. Everything's going to be changed up from the waist up off. We also have a robe for you putting on so you're not getting too cold or chilly. Okay. And did you have any deodorant or powders on at all today?
No. I was told not to wear it.
Perfect. Wonderful. Well, I'm going to have you go ahead and get it changed. I'll be right back with you in a few minutes. Okay.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Very welcome.
Every single technologist is trained and specialized in this type of exam, and that is all we do. We're going to start with the right side. Okay, and I'm just going to come around you here.
Okay.
I'm going to have you take your right arm. I just want you to grab right here for me. Bend your elbow, and I want you to lean in on this corner. Perfect. All right. Okay, I'm just going to come underneath. Just after doing mammography for many, many years, we are trained in little tiny tricks in how to move the patient's breasts around, how to move them in perfect position, how to compress them a little differently so that they are very, very comfortable. A little squish, but it's going to be very quick.
Having a really experienced technologist performing the mammogram is very important for us. The positioning, I can't emphasize enough, is crucial to us being able to interpret the mammogram appropriately.
Stop it right there. Stop.
Yes. Yeah. Fine. Great.
Stop it.
All right. I'm just going to ask you to hold still just like that.
Okay.
Did you see what they did?
Yes. What do you think? It's it shows you. It shows me they use radiation even in this mammogram. If you're asking me.
And did they not squeeze the breast, put the breast in something and squeezed it?
Yep.
Bro. Now, a lot of women don't breastfeed. Modern people don't breastfeed. Definitely in the last 40-some years, they have been coerced, propagandized that breastfeeding, you know what I'm saying, is whatever. And they've figured out how to dry up the woman's milk. So if you got dried up milk that's in your breast, they can do what? Possibly cause lumps. Now, if you got lumps in there, because it's, right? And then they turn around and put your breast in this machine like a C-clamp that smash, that ultimately bust that shit. Then they tell you, oh, you got breast cancer because they done burst the shit. They done cause a contusion, nigga, with that goddamn machine, bro. Why you think they do it to older women? 9 times out of 10, the older woman, 9 times out of 10, if they burst that shit, they're gonna tell you, oh, well, we found some cancerous cells. Oh, we gotta go in there and do surgery. And make sure that it ain't and they're gonna see you do some more exams, some more tests to see if it's those cells, that lump is cancerous, and is it possible to spread through your body? Bro, they're creating a problem to do surgery and treatment on these women, bro.
I see what you're saying.
Think about like this. If they said the test for testicular, they had to put your scrotums, your testicles in this little C-cap to squeeze them. Yes, that's what they do to these breasts, to these women's breasts, bro. I didn't know they did that. I thought it was just like a X-ray or something, and they do like the physical, you know what I'm saying, with the hand or something. But they actually put these women's breasts in the clamp and squeeze. You heard what the lady said? You're gonna feel a little squeeze, a little. Bro, they're causing the motherfucking problem, dog.
All right.
With some of these situations. Some of these women young as 30, 40 years old, is coming up with breast cancer, and now they got to go through treatment. They got to go through fucking chemo. After they squares and burst they shit, and that whatever that fluid is, whatever they done burst the fluid, now that fluid could be toxic or whatever. Because remember when Dick Ray did, go look back at the video when he said he had paid $2 million or something to the two top researchers on breast, but men, on breast milk. Now, when it's in the research, when they came back and got the research, finally, did all the research and stuff, testing and stuff. When they doing some of their testing, they found out that when the mother is nursing, right? I guess she ovulating or whatever they call it when they got the breast, when the milk is filled up in the breast and stuff, right? While she feeding on one side, the poison is coming out the other side of the nipple. While she feeding on one nipple, the poison goes out the other side.
Interesting.
The toxics, poison comes out. Yes. So it's a whole mechanism that the body is designed to do. If you know what I'm saying. So they just cut that off. Right? They just cut that whole process off and put the kids on their formula, Infamil. And I was subject.
Interesting.
This is me processing right now and getting downloads that, along with the prenatal pills and other stuff, they're drying up these women's breast milk, and those lumps could be those lumps that's forming in their breasts and shit. And then when they go in and get them checked, because they already know these motherfuckers in their breast milk is dried up, and y'all use that machine to squeeze their breast. Now you burst all that shit that's in there, and then that shit can get in their body. And you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now they got to go through chemo and shit, bro. Like these women got to, and then some of them got to get their breast cut off. They got to get, yes, they could go through the nipple. They cut the nipple. Some of them, depends on if you get a decent surgeon, they might do a better job on your nipple. Where the nipple ain't crazy, they can put the nipple back on, or however the procedure. They take the stuff out the chest, out the breast, take all that fluid and stuff out the breast, all the tissue and shit that's up under there. And if they did a good job, you can't really see scar tissue, just scar tissue. But some women come out with the, oh man, Dawson can tell you oh my God. Some women come back, man, with the nipples and shit. They depends on who that surgeon is. Man, nipple be fucked up. It can set up infection. You know what I'm saying? And they just be on a down spiral because of, that's a lot of trauma to the body, bro. And you wonder why these women be shelling themselves sometimes, losing hair, gaining weight. It's because of the medication they be putting these women on. And then that causes other hormonal imbalances, depression, underlying depression. Man, boy. They dirty working this, boy. They dirty working this big time, boy. They dirty workers, man. We getting dirty work, man.
You ain't lying about that.
We getting dirty work, man.
You ain't lying. see, man, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you're right.
This is a record.
It is a record.
Pharmaceutical. More people sick. You know, damn, man. More people in the hospital. More money for the hospital.
More testing, more radiation. Because remember, they test you. You got a lot of radiation. They test your ass with them X-rays and shit, and them goddamn MRIs and shit.
The first thing about it is, I notice a lot of these doctors, they'll say you got cancer, you said that you have this or that, but they'll never tell you to get a second opinion, right?
Hell no, they can never tell you to get no second opinion.
Why would they, right?
Man, they do all type of dirty shit, man. They make you take, man, even when they do the colon thing, man. You ever had the colonoscopy or whatever done before?
Oh, man. That's it, probably.
Man, look, they give you, bro, they try to do me right. I was in the hospital one time. They just say, well, you should get the colonoscopy. Well, but they give you like this, I might be a 2-gallon jug of liquid, right? Man, the liquid is some type of liquid that make you motherfucking defecate and make you do the number 2 to clean out, for to help you flush out all the bile or poop that's could be in your colon, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you drinking this like about a day before you go. I'm talking about, boy, it's gonna have you running to the toilet, nigga. Right? This liquid.
You better have some, man. You better have a fresh pack of tissue, huh?
Man, tissue, that ain't gonna work, bro. Your ass gonna be so wet, that tissue ain't gonna work, buddy. That shit gonna have that fluid coming up out your boy, and it's pushing. It's supposed to be help push out the fecal matter out your colon and whatever, so they can, when they do the check, do the colonoscopy check or whatever, they can have a clear view up in there.
Right.
But they also, even when you go for these MRIs or there's a dye that you got to drink, bro.
A dye?
Yeah, you ain't never had a MRI or no CAT scan or no before. It depends on where you having it at. Like I had to have one of my. Sometimes they give you you got to drink this liquid shit, but it's a dye type shit that I guess the CAT scan or whatever it picks up, whatever is in your body, it can, helps it more, I guess, identify whatever the area is or highlights. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, let me finish.
We getting poisoned, man. Big time on all levels.
We're going to take a quick picture and just
Are you
hold
okay?
your breath.
Mainstream, the other. They on it too.
When a woman gets a mammogram, 4 total pictures are taken, 2 pictures of each breast. Each of those pictures on a 2D mammogram is just one picture to look at. On a 3D image, you're able to scroll through that image and see multiple layers within that one image. So a 3D image really helps clarify for us as radiologists whether a finding might just be overlapping tissue or whether there could be a mass under there.
You may breathe.
Hey, not so bad.
Doing okay?
Yes, thank you.
Fabulous. We're all
At Johns
finished.
Hopkins, all of our breast imagers are breast imaging specialists. And that's important because it's well known that radiologists who exclusively read breast imaging and read a higher volume of breast imaging have a higher cancer detection rate. And that means that we're picking up more cancers.
What was I worried about? I have no idea. It was so fast, so easy. It was just a little squish for about 4 seconds. The tech told me everything that was going to happen, which was awesome.
If there's any additional findings on your mammogram, we will actually call you to let you know so we can bring you back in for any additional imaging that you might need.
After a patient has their mammogram, it's read by the radiologist usually the next day. In 90% of cases, the images look great and normal and the patient is notified by mail. In about 10% of cases, we need to clarify an additional finding, so the patient needs to come back to return for additional imaging.
Once the radiologist has read through your report, the results will go into your doctor within 24 hours. Okay.
A screening mammogram takes less than 5 minutes. It's not that uncomfortable, and it saves lives.
You know what?
How can they tell you that 90% is going? Oh my God! See, they already got the numbers and shit already calculated. Huh?
Excuse me, what were you saying?
She just said 90% of them don't have any problems, and to the 10%, we had to go back and check more and see, do more, and see if there's anything. Yeah, how she come up with 90% already? 90% and out of the 10, so that's 100% together.
I want to jump on something right here. Ladies, keep the damn cell phones out your bras, please. Thank you.
Please keep the cell phones from your bras, man. Oh my God, that's so much, bro.
Hey, so would you think? I know soursop is something that could they say that could actually kill cancer cells and stuff.
Soursop, apricots, bro. I'm gonna tell you this real shit, and this how great the creator is. Any fucking fruit and vegetable can help eradicate cancer. I wouldn't even say cancer. I'm gonna say inflammation. I'm gonna say any. If you get it, let's say this, Frank. Let's just keep it on a small bit. Any nutrient-based food source. The object is to be proactive, so you don't develop any cancer, any inflammation. That inflammation that turns into cancerous. Because that's all it is. Inflammation that goes on too long because your body does go through different phases of inflammation, which is not a problem because it's if it becomes a problem when the inflammation is chronic, it stays there for too long. Then it can turn into cancerous. So now we need to look at what can cause inflammation.
And with the inflammation, is there usually pain with that or no?
Sometimes it's pain. Sometimes the pain means people ignore the inflammation. Sometimes it could be like when that part of your body get hot, like you stub your toe, or you bang your knee, or you hammer and you hit your finger, and if you do that when it get hot, that's the inflammation building up in there.
Oh, got you.
That's inflammation. So it's hot. It heats up that area, and it kind of your body once it heats up that area, it pretty much like cuts off I think the blood flow to that area, like, or it rushes blood there or some shit like that to that area to cause the inflammation. That inflammation it's good because it's showing that your body works, right? So it's like a trigger system, it's like an alarm system. But once it stays there too long, inflammation builds up and stays more. Now you can set up infection. And infection is shit. Inflammation too long because turn into cancerous problems.
Gotcha.
So why would you squeeze a woman's breast, causing possibly inflammation and some type of contusion or breakage in the skin or the tissue? See what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just like you pinch your skin. You pinch your skin. What it do? If you pinch the whole of your skin for a long period of time, what happens after you let go?
It gets a little hot. And it gets effect rate gets big. Swollen.
Well, let me say this. That was actually good. I just want to say, I'm looking down here and I'm looking to see something that just it says alpha kappa alpha, which is Kamala sorority. They are a political action committee. Now, I thought they were supposed to be nonpartisan, but obviously they formed a PAC, a political action committee. So. But that's either here or there. So, like I said, I gotta get out of here. So, Frank, solid information.
Well, for sure. Yeah, man. See what I'm saying? Y'all can holler at me. Hit me up at XX Frank Nitty XX on YouTube and also on Instagram and Frank Jones 8115. Y'all check me out. Check out the content. Like, subscribe to the channel, man. Hear what I got to say. We're gonna stay on their neck. You know what I mean?
Well, they look, and the women stay on top of the dress. Go ahead, Shaq.
Oh yeah, gang banging, no more dope slanging. Yeah, man, y'all need to check out this Smokey Robinson, man. Go look it up on YouTube, man. I think we need more songs like that. We need more artists, like I said. We got enough nonsense people, giving us enough nonsense. You know what I'm saying? And not, So I'm encouraging the artists out there, newcomer artists, veteran artists, man. We need some more positive, uplifting music, vibes back into the atmosphere and the ethers, bro. You know what I'm talking about? So, with that being said, y'all can tap in with me on Instagram, Shaq_Edwards, and Shaq Edwards on Facebook, and Shaq Waller on YouTube.
Well, let me bring this up. Like I said, we didn't get really hit that hard here in Richmond by hurricane that it was whipping and raining hard last night. But a lot of people in areas lost power. In other parts of the Northeast and some parts of the South, flooding, et cetera, et cetera. People need to be very careful. Know what's going on right now. A lot of things going on. I just want to say last night I was on Gavin Rashad's show, G-Boot 2786. We had an interesting conversation. And Charlamagne and them said things you niggas need to know before you vote. Him, D.L. Hughley, and Matt Barnes. That's the guy. Matt Barnes and Questlove. Now, I'm going to say this. I didn't find the video tonight. Try to go back and look for it. The girl that was on the guy Phil Scott was playing when she said she would pay $3,000 to $10,000 by Democrats to basically make videos, saying good things about them. But they also got a hate division too. That I'm thinking they got, because if they got people who isn't good for you, they gotta have people that calling you dumb niggas and things like that. And like Agenda 47, not for your black ass and stuff like Charlamagne and all of them, right? So the hate bombs are gonna come for not supporting the Hindu witch, but it is what it is. And just be ready. We're in a high school peer pressure campaign right now. So it what it is, brother. So that being said, y'all take your time. Don't let the clowns beat you. Shaq keep putting up. I'm not with her, and that's that. They don't like it. Finesse two signs said. The problem. Fuck them. But take your time, brother.
Yes, sir.
Salute y'all.